We thank you if you were just joining us for SEC action. Victorious Ole Miss in the upset, as we'll get back into ACC Elite action here. Number 1, St. Joseph's looking to move on into the semifinal round, and Appalachian State looking to continue with their Team of Destiny vibes after a big 6-4 win yesterday. Welcome in, everybody. Alex Wiederspiel here, joined alongside by Nick Norrid, as we're set to get started here from Winston-Salem Fairgrounds Ice Arena. Appalachian State in the black and gold. St. Joseph's in off-white and gray numbers, both wearing black helmets. Welcome in, everybody. Thanks for being here for this one. St. Joseph's, what a season they have had. And right off the bat, early on, a big save from the netminder, Ware. And he makes another one and then has to stick this one away because he couldn't swallow it. 2 early shots, 2 decent chances for St. Joseph's. And Nick, as we get started here, another rush chance, fired and scored. Robert Ramarino with the goal for St. Joseph's. And boy, the Hawks have played an awful lot of hockey. That's going to be a challenge for App State all night. These guys are really sharp at the moment.
Absolutely. St. Joseph's started out 0-2, but then went on a roll. I believe they won around 20-plus games straight. And the only teams they've lost to are Westchester and Rowan. However, they did play App State earlier on in the season and said they were probably the team that gave them the most trouble, but doesn't look like it there after that shot from Romarino goes right past the blocker of Ware.
So the Mountaineers will have some work to do, trailing early 1-0, goal less than a minute into this one, and then this gloved and paused. James Carpenter gets credited with the assist. Looks like we have a delayed call coming here, so immediately St. Joseph scores that goal. They're going to be headed to the power play, which was a big part of the last game we just saw, as Ole Miss killed 5 of 6 penalties en route to a win. St. Joseph's struggling a little bit with the breakout here, as you can see Bryce Sullivan is out of his net now. Not sure what the call is. We'll get a better idea of that in just a moment. Good zone entry there, giving chase behind the net. Big hit, and still no whistle. No possession. Fired a shot on. That one's going to come out. No, they say that is onside. And then another good hit there coming from Caden McCabe, as he knocked down Dylan Kuba and ended that 6-on-5 possession, but it is going to get started, this power play. Seth Johnson going to the box.
Yeah, it looks like Seth Johnson tripped up one of the Hawks and looked like the neutral zone, but if there's one thing these Mountaineers need to not do is take penalties, as that has been sort of their downfall all year.
That was Ramarino's goal. Lucas Ware made 2 excellent saves to open the action, and then Ramarino there, maybe the easiest of the 3, got it under the pad. So 1-0 lead, and already on a power play early here. This ice has not been kind to favorites in a lot of the games that I have called. Last week in the ACCHL Premier Division, number 1 Rowan, who actually beat this St. Joseph's team, upset in the semifinals in overtime. Hoping to avoid a similar fate. St. Joseph's got an opportunity, but cleared out of the zone. Sullivan went back and made the play. And moving with some speed here, see if the Hawks can get set up. They don't need to get set up. Instead, it's going to be a coast-to-coast opportunity. But Ware stands tall on the shot opportunity for James Carpenter, who already has a point in this game.
Yeah, Carpenter secured his 62nd point in AAU and ACHA play combined. in this, and he shows why with that burst of speed down the left side, gets the shot on Ware, but Ware's nice and squared up and ready for that one.
He's put up video game numbers this season in ACHA action, 2 points per game, 42 and 21. I'm not sure how many AAU games, but as you noted, the numbers are big. However, bit of contact there. Looked like Sullivan took a little bit of contact from Tremont, and he's okay. That was a little high. Working now the other direction is Michael Brazel. Got that back around the boards at the blue line, sending this one back to Rowland. He fires one that doesn't get through. 90 seconds gone on this power play, and St. Joseph's has accomplished very little. Terrific pass into the slot. Big save from Ware.
What a way to get over by Ware right there. As the Mountaineers are showing a very aggressive power play, or penalty kill right now. Excuse me.
At the blue line, that pass over to the far dot, not going to go. Misconnected on the shot, and just 5 seconds to go here on the Johnson Minor. Looks like one last rush up the ice, but he will come back out. Nice slick little move. Sends the puck into the corner, then flipped back out, nobody home. Back the other way goes Appalachian State. Ooh, and having to jump back into the bench to make sure there was no too many men on the ice. Heads up play there. I believe, was that Riley Brady who made that play? Yes. Smart move by Brady to avoid that. Horrible time to be making a change when that happens. There's really no control over it, but Brady heads up.
Yeah, they luckily got out of that one. Good heads-up play by Brady to, understand where he's at, get back in the bench, and get the even strength going.
Obviously not the case there since the pass came from his own teammate, but certainly we know, as this will not be icing, puck slowed down at the end there, we know that there are teams who will do that on purpose and fire that right at the bench in the midst of a change. This one fired wide. Another shot attempt went off the skate of a Mountaineer, and now back the other direction. Appalachian State goes, trailing by one early, but a little momentum after killing that penalty on the Johnson Minor for tripping. St. Joseph's opportunity here developing. 2-on-1 rush opportunity. Brilliant pass into the slot. Better save. Romarino nearly had his second. Ware had other thoughts.
What a way to flash the glove by Ware right there. That first goal, you can tell, sort of locked him in, and now he's sort of settled into his skates a bit.
Well, I will tell you, I've watched a lot of hockey here the last 8 days or so, and the start that St. Joseph's has had, probably the crispest passing I've seen at the start of a game from any of the games that I've seen here. Really impressive, and you can see why they went on that monster winning streak that they did go on that was broken up on January 17th. In a loss, again, at that Rowan team who got eliminated. Rowan is a pretty decent possibility as an at-large in the M2 tournament, the regional, but they did not win the ACCHL tourney for the Premiers. This is fired on, doesn't get through. And then there's number 2. Wow, a lucky bounce lands right on the stick. And it is 2-0 as Patrick Doherty has got the goal.
Very good play there by Doherty. He saw the open net. Ware was sort of cheating off of his post a little bit over on that right side and just roofs it up and over him.
Initially a good play by Appalachian State in the zone, but the puck lands right on Doherty's stick. And boy, St. Joseph's look ready to roll. This is one of the fastest starts we have seen. Nearly another one there. Then a back pass to the blue line. There's nobody home. So retrieving that, going all the way back, was Peter Borman. Appalachian State player gets a stick on it, but no possession. Nice outlet pass. The zone exit, the zone entry. Very, very quick on D to O right now. St. Joseph's transition play has been stellar in the opening 7 minutes of this one. Firing one on, and that one off the post. Oh my goodness. So the save gets made. Sullivan didn't glove it cleanly. Puck got behind him and then went off the post.
Looked like that was going to be an easy save there, but it just bounces off the side of his glove. Looked like it had a chance to bounce in, and the Hawks escape a quick one.
Well, puck luck can work both ways, certainly, as Christopher Hunter sent one up the ice, giving chase. That's going to roll all the way back to Ware. So 12:36 to go. He'll cover it up. And outshot 8-1 so far. And it's tough because he made two dynamite grade A saves to start this game. And it's hard to blame him for the second one, as this one shot doesn't get through. Centered into the slot, still doesn't get through. Another shot from the dot that didn't get through. Looks like Appalachian State clogging the shooting lanes a little bit here. And then a big hit, and this is going to be a penalty coming up against the Hawks. Thinking we're going to get a boarding call here, and then a little post-whistle activity behind the net. Things getting chippy early. Now let's see, actually. Are they also going to get a Mountaineer and even this thing up? For sure a Hawk is going, and I think they might very well be evening this thing up. Oh, that's a mess of a play there for Appalachian State. So Samuel Resto, I believe, is going for boarding.
Yeah, it looks like he hit, I believe it was Robbie Richter. He hit him in the side, and his head hits the boards. That is a scary sight, especially losing a teammate like that. And one of their starting defensemen, Toby Gleason, who's not here tonight, after he hit his head on the boards and suffered a major concussion. And one of the things I'm noticing here are the last time these two teams played, the Hawks seemed to sort of play down to the Mountaineers. And right now you can tell that they're just playing their game, and it's working out for them. But
so 4-on-4 hockey for the next 2 minutes. And off the face-off, shot gloved by Sullivan. So we'll do this all over again. Came right back to him off the face-off. He sticked it away. Not a shot per se, but... So let's see. St. Joseph's, they've shown the crisp passing. Can they show the speed? Good erasure there by Aiden Doldy for Appalachian State. Little reset here for the Hawks. Mountaineers have to be careful. A lot of speed on the ice for this St. Joseph squad. A minute 20 gone by. Did not see the official call on Aiken Carter, but I can only imagine it came from the post-whistle stuff.
That's been a common trend for the Mountaineers this year, is they've been physical before the whistle, but especially after. And it comes back to bite them right there, as St. Joseph's is sort of owning possession on this 4-on-4.
Chase Arnett laid a really good hit there for Appalachian State. They have possession now. Aiden Hoey sends it up. Puck bounced off the board, and a little bit of contact there, but the Hawks entered the zone too quickly.
There's 45 seconds left on this 4-on-4. The Hawks have been owning in terms of possession, but the Mountaineers have been doing a really good job at stopping the speed, especially with the Hawks using and taking advantage of that open ice around them. But the Mountaineers have done good keeping them to the outside, playing the body on the boards, and, you know, trying to maintain possession.
40 seconds remaining on the 4-on-4. Appalachian State has not really been able to gain much possession. We have another offside here. That one a bit of a strange looking one, because the St. Joseph's player didn't know he was offside because he didn't know where the puck was. And we'll wind up having a face-off in the neutral zone as a result. Nearly at the midway point here of this first period. Alex Wiederspiel alongside Nick Norrid. It is 2-0. The Hawks got off to a blazing start. Had two grade A chances that sophomore goalie Lucas Weyer saved, and all in less than a minute. The third one, probably what looked like the least dangerous of the three, found the back of the net. And then moments later, after Romarino's first goal, a puck landed on the stick of Doherty, and he scored. And we are officially back at 5-on-5. And as we come back to 5-on-5, a brilliant pass into the slot and a little tap-in goal 3-0.
Looks like that's going to be Neil Cudahy with the goal there. Beautiful play by him to get the backhand out and just get the easy tap in from the Hawk that just sauced it over to him in the slot.
Cudahy with a great power move to the net there as well. And right now, everything coming up St. Joseph's midway through this first period. 3-0. They lead Appalachian State. Something of a shot pass. That one went through the crease. And this one comes onto the stick of a Hawks player, and Weyer makes a brilliant save.
Very good save by Weyer there. As you know, usually for a goaltender, you want to have the mind of a goldfish in a way. Just forget what happened, and especially in this first period for Weyer, as 3 shots go in. Looks like 2 of them could have been pretty savable, but looks like he brushed them off and showed his confidence right there as it goes up off his right shoulder and into the netting.
Excellent Ted Lasso reference. Aiden Linso with the shot there that was saved. We'll step aside. It is 3-0 St. Joseph's. Media timeout here in Winston-Salem. Back in a moment on AAU Plus and YouTube. We are back here in Winston-Salem, 3-0. Quick amendment to an earlier conversation we were having about SEC hockey. It'll be Ole Miss and Tennessee, Georgia and South Carolina tomorrow. Make sure you tune in for that on AAU Plus and YouTube. And we appreciate everyone tuning in, however it is you're joining us. Many myriad different ways that exist in today's fragmented media landscape. But the good news is there's never been a better time to watch hockey. Crossing into the zone. Tried to fire a shot on. The shot didn't get through. Wind up turning into a pretty good pass and creates a high danger chance that went wide. Man, St. Joseph's, even when they can't get anything clean, they create high danger chances because they just keep going. They just keep going to the net.
Absolutely, and you can tell it sort of has App State back on their heels here, because it looks like any time St. Joseph's is not going to get a grade A chance, they turn it into one.
Appalachian State with some speed here. Opportunity shot on. That one went wide. And boy, wonder now 3-0. How different could this be if Appalachian State had converted on that one chance that got behind the netminder Sullivan? Hawks set to go the other way. They don't have numbers here, but firing one on, that one a hard rising shot saved with the shoulder by Weyer. Puck comes loose into the slot. Hawks couldn't quite come up with that one. Tyler Meany, a recent addition to the App State roster. Nick, and you've got the scouting report on Meany. Pretty good player.
Absolutely. As soon as he came in to this team, he made an instant impact. He scored a goal in his first game, and now he's averaging a point per game as he has 3 goals, 1 assist in those 4 games.
Meany anchoring the third line as this one fired, and that one kicked behind the net by Weyer, who has made 8 saves so far. This shot doesn't get through. Boy, the Hawks are really working down low, though, underneath the red line. Their forecheck has been maybe as good as anyone we've seen today. Big hit thrown there in the corner. Puck still comes loose nonetheless, all the way down into the Hawks zone. No icing here. Nice little hit thrown by Lucas Tremont. And a bit of an ill-advised pass. This one's going to come all the way out to our net. for Appalachian State. Gives them a little bit of chance at possession. Sending this one deep. In on the forecheck. Puck came loose in the slot. Couldn't get a clean shot off. And couldn't get a shot off at all. Wow, Appalachian State had an opportunity there developing for a moment, but no lane to the net.
Yeah, it looks like they had...
And stolen away in front, going for number 4, and another big save by Ware. And again, the numbers don't look great right now. .750 save percentage. He has made some grade A stops.
Absolutely, and it's proof right there as he stands tall and doesn't let the one-on-one with the St. Joe's player who's... I mean, they've already scored 3 goals on him in this period, and it looks like he pays no mind to that and stands tall once again to keep the lead at 3.
Looks like James Carpenter is going to get called. I think they got him for a slash. So Carpenter's headed to the box. And another power play. Excuse me. This is actually the first power play opportunity. App State, Aiken, we believe, got hit with the extracurricular stuff after the whistle. So App State, first time on the man advantage in this game. D-to-D passing at the blue line. Trying to go through the slot, and this will be cleared away.
This has been a pretty dominant power play for the Mountaineers, as usually they have a different power play, but it looks like they're going with the Hanson brothers line here of Tyler Meany, Caden McCabe, and Ryan Bongren on the power play with Robbie Richter as the quarterback.
Yeah, Richter and Doldy were playing at the point to open the power play, so they went with the upperclassmen leadership there as this is cleared down. Turnover forced and passed through the slot, not going to get there cleanly. Still, the Hawks, a little power kill going on here as they're forechecking on the penalty kill. But an ill-advised back pass, and now App State, they had numbers. They decided to go for a change. This one looked like more of a pass than a shot. Lands for Sullivan to cover it, and then there was a little friendly fire behind the net after the whistle.
Yeah, it looked like Meany ran into Richter. Almost looked like a body check after the whistle. I thought maybe a St. Joe's player hit, but nope, it was Mountaineer on Mountaineer.
Trying to cut this lead down, get their first of the day. Opportunity developing just outside the dot. Getting down low to make that save was Sullivan. Nice opportunity there on the shot from Tremont. And this one out of play. I think the puck landed in the penalty box, which of course in the NHL would be delay of game. Is not the case here.
I have seen a few delay of game penalties called this year in the ACCHL. I guess it just depends on the refs you have, and they don't call it there.
I think it's possible it might be rink dependent. We haven't gotten a clarification on it yet. Hopefully we'll get it during the intermission, because there were a couple in the last game as well that by the letter of the law would have been called, as Arnett forces a turnover at the blue line. Appalachian State's got 30 seconds remaining on this power play. Puck squirts loose through the slot, and St. Joseph's will clear. Down to 20 seconds. Perhaps the last opportunity of this man advantage for the Mountaineers. A little bit of a lazy pass, but it lands on the stick of Arnett. Arnett fires one on low. That one doesn't get through. St. Joseph's cleared it away, and then a shot at the point by Seth Johnson is gloved. 4 seconds left on the power play.
Mountaineers haven't really gotten a chance to set up their power play on this man advantage, because St. Joseph has just been all over. They've had a very aggressive penalty kill, and they were even dominating in terms of offense at the start of it, but the Mountaineers seem to get a little settled in as the Hawks clear right then and there.
Flipped out of the zone. That'll lead to the end of the power play. So first power play of the day for App State. And the penalty kill for the Hawks wins it. Right now, everything coming up St. Joseph's. They lead 3-0 here in the first period. It's James Carpenter, who was just in the box. He has an assist already on the day. Hawks firing one on. That one wide of the net for Carlos Rowland. Puck comes out of the zone. Hawks will control once again. Late stages of this first period. ACCHL Elite Division playoffs. Number 1 seed St. Joseph's on top 3-0. with every thought in mind of advancing to the semifinals tomorrow. Appalachian State, tough one so far. They've got work to do, but time to go to work. Great stretch pass up for Brady. Lost the puck, comes back and gets it, and tried to send it clear, and a little bit of whatever the opposite of puck luck is, as Michael Brazel came up with it for a moment. Good back check effort from Appalachian State meant that there was no opportunity for a rush chance, and ultimately that possession ends without a chance at all. Entering the zone, opportunity for Robbie Richter. Shot didn't get through, and this is cleared.
The Mountaineers are trying to get pucks in front, but just hasn't been anyone there in this one so far. St. Joseph's has been doing a really good job at boxing out in front of the crease and getting the puck any time it goes towards the middle.
Doesn't feel like Sullivan has faced a lot of high danger stuff in the early stages here. Big turnover forced on the forecheck. Puck was loose right outside the crease. Nobody could come up with it. Finally, Appalachian State has it back, and then a stick redirects the puck out of play. Big effort there from Brazel, who's made a couple of really good plays in that exact spot in that third of the ice. Puck squirts loose into the slot onto the stick of the Mountaineers. Trying to clear this puck, couldn't quite get that one down. Hoey comes up with it, sends deep again. This will give a couple of players on Appalachian State a chance to change. Final 2 minutes of this one. Rush chance developing here. Good defensive erasure from Doldy. And out of the zone, this is fluttering, so there will be no icing. St. Joseph's, a couple of nifty passes there. Again, they do not have the numbers there, and getting a stick on that shot was Tyson Walters, the sophomore from Charlotte, North Carolina. Long shot, gloved, and then dropped immediately back down. Another long pass up. This should be an icing. Puck was rolling on its side, and it will indeed be an icing against Appalachian State. So 1:25 to go. Appalachian State got to find a way to survive this defensive zone faceoff here.
Absolutely. As they've done ever since the 3 goals, they've done a better job at containing the speed of the Hawks. They haven't really found an answer on the offensive side of the puck just yet.
Nice job making sure that puck came out of the zone, getting a body in front of that one. Looked like on that one, it was Jason Beck who made the play. Now here comes with speed Arnett. Fired on, that one went wide. Goalie never needed to make a save. Then a lazy shot from Beck was easily sticked away. Tie up here at the half wall, and we've got a whistle coming, and I think we might have a power play coming for Appalachian State. That's exactly what we're going to have with 55 seconds remaining as Trey Fingerhut heads to the box. The defenseman, I didn't see what they got him for, but there was a tie-up right at the half wall there.
Yeah, it looked like it was called over on the half wall right there, as there were 4 players in there just battling it out. I'm not exactly sure what they called, but Mountaineers get a chance on the man advantage here to try and bring some momentum back their way.
We'll wait to hear from the PA announcer. Got him for a roughing call there. So Appalachian State gets their second power play of the period and an opportunity here. Caden McCabe sent that around the boards into the corner. That was Meany, who, as Nick said, has had just a tremendous start to his Appalachian State career. As this is cleared out, down to 25 seconds. If they fail to score, they will start the second period on the power play. Appalachian State could really use one right now, trailing 3-0 as St. Joseph's came out absolutely red hot to start. Bit of a turnover there. Ooh, this is a lazy play. It's led to a 2-on-1. The net is wide open, and the rebound put in with 3.2 seconds to go. A mess of a play there, a turnover and a goal right at the end of the period. It is a 4-0 lead, and Carpenter with his second point of the period.
It looked like Robbie Richter was sort of regrouping right there, not too certain whether he should just wait the period out or try and get it out. Then he just, a little soft pass over to one of his teammates gets picked off, and the Hawks get a penalty kill goal in this one.
A shorty, and Lucas Ware obviously sold out to try to make the play, and that will take us to the intermission. A 4-0 lead for St. Joseph's, and boy, they were opportunistic, they were fast, they played with pace. That is a dynamite first period for a team expected to do what they're supposed to do, but as I was just mentioning, I have seen on this ice far too many times one seeds come out and maybe not take the lower seed as seriously as they should, maybe get punched in the mouth a little bit early, lower seed starts to get a little confidence. St. Joseph's having none of that there.
I think in this case, you could tell that St. Joseph's did their studying, as App State has been known for their sluggish starts and not really be able to convert passes, get the transition going, get some offensive rushes going, and they show it right there. And St. Joseph's just comes out and plays their fast game. You could tell right off of puck drop when James Carpenter just went flying into the zone that they were coming out with speed, and they've shown it as they have a 4-goal lead going into the second period.
I believe we'll have an interview coming up in just a moment, but in the meantime, while we wait, let's take a very quick break, and we'll be right back after this. 4-0 after one. St. Joe's up big on Appalachian State here in Winston-Salem on AAU+. We have Appalachian State head coach Matthew Mugno. And coach, obviously not the period you're looking for to start this one in a game where you're taking on a number one seed, just played last night. What do you say to your team in the locker room after that first period?
We got 40 more minutes to play. There's a lot more time left. There's a lot more battling we got to do. We got to start grinding for pucks. We got to be the first to every puck for the last 40 minutes, and we got to climb this uphill battle.
You guys have shown your conditioning game in and game out. Do you think that's going to play a major factor here in a speedy team like the St. Joseph's Hawks?
Absolutely. Yeah, that's going to come down to every whistle, every shift. Everyone's got to give 120%.
Coach, we appreciate your time. We'll talk with you again soon. Good luck the rest of the way.
For sure. Have a good one.
That is Coach Matt Mugno of Appalachian State. It is 4-0 St. Joseph's on top after one. And before we go to break, Nick, that was a tough look. You see, I look at this and I think to myself, I don't know that was necessarily a bad period for Appalachian State because they played poorly. That was a really good period for St. Joseph's. They were just complete puck hounds in the period.
Yeah, they were flying around out there. And like I said earlier, you could tell right off the opening puck drop. And Lucas Ware has really been doing what he can. He led in a few that he's going to want back, but he's been standing tall. Like on that fourth goal right there, on the first effort, he made a very good save, and then the defenseman just couldn't box out, and St. Joseph's capitalized, crashing the net.
Very good. We're going to take a break here. ACC, HL playoffs, Division II Elite League, and this is the 1-8. Appalachian State won a play-in last night, 6-4 over East Carolina to get into this game, the right to take on St. Joseph's, but the number one Hawks, well, they have eyes on the semifinals. Still 40 more minutes of hockey to play, as Coach Matthew Mugno pointed out. We'll step aside here on AAU+. Back with more analysis coming up. Second period about to get started here. St. Joseph's with a dominant first. Appalachian State must respond. Alex Wiederspiel and Nick Norrid with you here from Winston-Salem Fairgrounds Ice Arena. Good effort there from Appalachian State. Right off the hop there, they kept it in for a moment, and now a potential 2-on-1. Brilliant little pass fluttered into the slot, and a backhanded shot saved by Ware. No goalie change, and to be fair to Ware, wouldn't have been deserved. Would have been, if anything, you got to try to wake up your team a little bit if you go to that move, but that's not the decision that Coach Matt Mugno made. Oh, big hit into the boards there. We're going to get a whistle here. Tyler Matson, I think, is going to the box for at least 2. And that's going to end this power play with 24 seconds remaining. Appalachian State, or excuse me, Odin Nelson.
Seth Johnson.
That's his second trip to the box today. So Johnson, 65, not 55. My brain was seeing 5-5. And so Johnson goes to the box for 2 minutes. They're going to get him on what I suspect is a board.
Yeah, it looked like Borden, especially by the sound of the crunch that you could hear from up here.
So we'll get 24 seconds of 4-on-4 hockey. Second time we've had 4-on-4, though we had a full 2 minutes of it for a moment in the first period. Shot on Ware. Got a little piece of that one. And that is indeed the call. A board as McCabe fires one on, and that is gloved by Bryce Sullivan. So the minor penalty is over. And now, with Johnson in the box for the next minute 34, the Hawks are back on the power play.
Yeah, that's the second time this game the Mountaineers have either had a chance or were on the man advantage and sent it to 4-on-4. So definitely going to not want to do that if you want to come back from a 4-goal deficit.
Yeah, the earlier one looked like a penalty after the play when it looked like App State was about to go to the power play, and instead it was evened up at 4-on-4. Now at the half wall, back down low beneath the red line, gliding, looking to make a play, sends back around, reversing. Back to the blue line. This is Romarino, who already has a goal in this one, nearly got a second one in the first period. From the red line, pass through the slot. That one comes way out, and we'll have to chase this one back down. Big period there. Carpenter had a goal as well. Romarino had a goal. It was Cudahy had a goal. Felt like it was a never-ending onslaught for St. Joe's, and the big one being a turnover forced with 3 seconds left. Here's Romarino working from the half wall, gets this back to the blue line. Looking for shooting lane, back to Romarino. He'll move. Switching sides. Went from half wall to half wall. Underneath the red line, back into the slot, whiffed on the shot, and that'll do it for the power play. Johnson will come back onto the ice. They're going to say onside here, or at least it was for a moment. Oh, and then a big shot at the end of that play, and we're going to get a whistle here. And I'll tell you what, I don't know that they're going to love that call on the St. Joseph side. So Michael Brazel's going to go to the box, and I'll tell you what, upon first look, and if we get a replay of this, I'd love to see it. Upon first look, I thought that was a pretty good hit.
Yeah, it looked like a pretty good hit. It was just on Chase Arnett's blind side. He didn't really see it coming. So I wasn't really expecting that penalty to be called, but the Mountaineers get a chance to maybe build some momentum here early on in the second. Not
particularly violent either. He could have certainly gone harder and didn't, but nonetheless, they got him for roughing. Okay, well, roughing is in many ways in the eye of the beholder, as Tremont heading up ice, and a brief entry before being cleared. A little bit of trouble here. Ware had a hard time handling that one, nearly turned it over. fortunate to get some support at the end of the play, and then we get some extra stuff and another whistle here. And it's Resto. I don't think this is a penalty here. Are they saying offside?
I believe it is an offsides call.
But okay, interesting. I don't think Resto had the puck, though.
But the draw is in the Mountaineers end. I'm not really sure what they called there. Maybe a hand pass?
I certainly didn't see a hand pass either. Nonetheless, shot on from the point after winning the faceoff is wide of the net. Oh, and a gorgeous two-line pass. What a move in the finish! Arnett gets Appalachian State on the board. It is 4-1.
After being on the power play 4 times, it felt like they really needed one, and Chase Arnett does his best Datsyuk impression right there as he hits the Datsyuki and Deke and tucks it in. Very good breakaway goal right there to cut the lead to 3 for the Mountaineers.
Man, oh man, Bryce Sullivan didn't stand a chance there. Sullivan's been pretty good in this one, but right there was looking for his 12th save and did not get it. He stopped 11 of 12, and now Appalachian State, who played last night, won 6-4 over ECU, scored the last 2 goals of that game to get the win. We get another physical shot here, no call that time. Puck comes out, and giving chase is Fingerhut. Opportunity developing here, backhanded pass. This one flipped up, didn't get through. And puck comes out, and huge opportunity developing here. Partial breakaway, shot on, and the save by Sullivan, and then crashing into the boards. Oh no, that was a hard hit. McCabe went down, lost his balance. He is skating back to the bench, and he seems to be moving pretty quickly, so that's good to see. And then we get an icing here on Appalachian State. McCabe, partial breakaway there. Good work by St. Joseph's at the end of that play to make sure that that wasn't a complete breakaway.
Yeah, it was a beautiful way to play the angle there on what was almost a breakaway. And McCabe just trips up and goes flying into the boards. Luckily, it looks like he shook it off and is back on the bench cheering on the team, but
I wonder if when he was down for a minute there, what he was thinking was, I can't believe I didn't score. Not that I'm hurting. I don't know.
Maybe, I mean, he is back on the ice, so that very well could be the case.
So it was Rowland who made the play defensively, and again, whether or not, I'd be curious to see it again if we get a chance. Not that it's relevant, but there may have been, it's possible Rowland's stick may have caused him to go down, but he also made the initial play as well that made it easier. Nonetheless, 4-1 here, and this puck winds up redirecting all the way down to the netminder, and Weyer covers it up. Yeah, let's see this again here. I'm curious if at the end of this play here, yeah, I'll tell you what, that might be a valid trip there.
Yeah, did see stick on skate, and with that much momentum, that one definitely hurt for Caden McCabe there.
Gloved by Weyer off the face-off. So he's now faced 17 shots, 5 minutes gone by here in the second period. 4-0 St. Joseph's led in the first period, and the only goal here in the second belongs to Appalachian State. We got another icing here.
Appalachian State has been known for their second period in games, and they show it here as they came out in this first 5 minutes, and they're showing offensive prowess that we were not seeing in the first period, where it looked like they were just on defense almost the whole 20 minutes.
Not a lot of sharpness, not a very cohesive first period, but a much better second period. Now St. Joseph's wins this faceoff. Oh, that one may have been directed in front. Great save. If it wasn't, James Carpenter was going for a piece of it. Would have been his 3rd point of the day already. Another one fired. That one chested away. Good save by Weyer, and Appalachian State now with the puck. See if they can get this one out. Not cleanly. This is going to be another icing against the Mountaineers. A couple of big saves from Weyer there. Again, it's tough. Like, you know, when all is said and done, the stat sheet's not going to look good for Weyer. You give up 4 goals in a game, especially in one period, in the first period, no less. It's not going to look great. But he has made some grade A stops.
Absolutely. He's been standing tall despite the ones that have gone in. Maybe some he's going to want back, but
Opportunity developing for the Hawks. Good defensive play, and then an in-tight shot. I believe, yeah, they are crediting Weyer with a save there. Puck comes all the way down. No icing this time, though, so turnover. Oh, nearly turned over, excuse me, and then a quick stretch pass the other way. The outlet entering into the zone, going wide. That one slides through the slot. Had that connected cleanly, might have been a grade A chance for the Hawks. Instead, Appalachian State now in control. This is Hoey, got it away. Turnover, back to the Hawks. From the slot, couldn't get the first shot, couldn't get the second shot. And the Mountaineers are going to be able to clear this one. And a foot race here. This is going to be won by Riley Brady. Brady tries to fire one on, and this got tipped by a Hawk player into the netting. So we'll get an offensive zone face-off here after a line change for these two teams.
It's a very good defensive effort there by Brady on the point, as he got his stick in there on the defenseman who looked like he was going for a little tip in front of the net. But Brady hits him with 2 poke checks and almost had a breakaway.
St. Joe's able to get out of the zone fairly quickly there, and then a misplay, turnover. Puck goes through the slot. Nobody was there and comes all the way out. Tried an attempted stretch pass there. Good work by Robbie Richter, and then another big collision there. St. Joseph's in control. Little back pass to the half wall. Good hit laid by Tremont. Around the boards. Back to the other half wall. Attempted pass through the slot. Went off the stick of Chase Arnett, who scored a few minutes ago for Appalachian State to get the Mountaineers on the board. They trail 4-1 in this one here in the second period. No icing here, so Appalachian State goes back to retrieve the puck, sends up a long one, and that's a misplay. Nobody home, and that'll be another icing. The Mountaineers have gotten away with a few of those without having to pay for it here in the second, and your fear right now, you got to think if you're Matt Mugno, you got to think the bill's going to come due if we keep with these mistaken stretch passes going too far.
Absolutely. They've been trying to, looks like the Chase Arnett breakaway sort of woke them up to really the only opportunities they've been able to get this game. So they've just sort of been sending it in to the other zone. And right there, Peyton Craig looked like he had a bit of time to skate with the puck, but just decided to flip it up, try to find someone in the neutral zone. It goes down for an icing.
Back to the blue line. Shot on that one is wide. It was Jackson Shanahan who fired it that was Peter Borman who fired it from distance. Borman, another one. Hard rising shot. That one hit the glass. Back the other way. Too far for the outstretched stick, but then laying a nice hit at the end of the play was Jason Beck. Puck lands on the stick, and we're going to get a penalty coming here. Ryan Bondgren somehow came up with it, and I think the penalty is going to be away from the play. Tough break for St. Joe's.
Looks like both teams are going to go to the box here.
You're right. Pesto going to serve, Resto, going to serve his second minor of the day. Arnett also goes to the box. And for the third time, we're going to have 4-on-4 hockey.
Yeah, it looked like Arnett sort of got tripped up there, and looks like he sort of initiated it, sort of shoved Resto, and Resto got the penalty called on both of them by retaliating right there. And Arnett, being the team leader in points, he also is the team leader in penalty minutes, which, I mean, you always want him out of the box, especially with his offensive prowess and his skating abilities, but seems like he's fighting his demons once again in the sin bin.
Down under 12 minutes to go here in the second period. 4-on-4 hockey. We have not had a 4-on-4 goal. As we got an offside coming here. We have not had a 4-on-4 goal. We did have a shorty late at the end of the first period for St. Joseph's, but otherwise, for as much 4-on-4 hockey as we've played, both teams have approached 4-on-4 relatively conservatively. Arnett got a roughing call, and Let's see here.
Gonna send Hayden McCabe into the box as well for that elbow right off the draw.
Yeah, and you'll be able to see this here. I believe it was Carpenter who... Yeah, that's right in the gut. That's
pool sticked him.
Probably not a good time for McCabe to do that with the officials looking, and they're going to talk a few things over here. All right, this might get interesting because the officials have conferred. I wonder if it's possible we're getting a misconduct here. That was relatively blatant.
Yeah, I don't think that would be too far-fetched. Just right off the draw, they even called off the draw. And McCabe just pool-sticked Carpenter right in the stomach.
So I'll tell you what, because originally I thought it was an elbow. You don't see it often anymore. Could they get him for a spearing? Again, it's just not a call you see very often. Let's see. They're reviewing this. Though there is nothing official put up on the clock, my guess is that they have called a major. They're calling it a slashing major. So that is what has led to this review.
Let's get another look here. Right here.
Ugh. I mean, no matter what way, this will at least be 2. No question about that. And the distinction on 2 versus 5 here will be interesting. Let's see. Officials are already coming back, so that was a relatively quick review.
I mean, with every eye in the arena looking at you, I'm not too sure what Caden McCabe was thinking to go do that to Carpenter, but he's going to come out of the box.
Yeah, they are sending him. Tough play there considering Appalachian State was in the process. Had built a little momentum. He has been DQ'd.
The team president right there going out. Every eye in the arena looking at him as he just hits Carpenter in the stomach with the butt end of his stick. With everyone looking at him. Face-off was right there. They called it off. Could have just gone right back to the dot for a simple face-off, but Leo Zucchini is going to be coming to the box to take this penalty for the Mountaineers.
So it's a pretty packed box at the moment. 2 players plus one of the injured Mountaineers is also in the box as the coordinator tonight.
Cameron Maresco as the designated box guy for the Mountaineers.
So you don't see this very often. We have a 4-on-3 for the next minute 48.
It's a lot of skating room on the ice for both teams here.
And as part of that is the 5-minute major as well. So couldn't quite enter the zone. Good effort there from Aiden Hoey. Now they are able to enter. Working at the half wall. Drops it back. Now at the dot. Lot of space, as Nick mentioned. Good effort here from Carpenter, who just was the victim of that one. Shot on, and an excellent save. And the puck is in the back of the net. I don't know how it squirted through. So I'll tell you what. Appalachian State is making the case here that did not go in legally. So I wonder if we might get another review. I did not see how it went in, just that it was in. So if that stands, it'll be 5-1, a power play goal, and keep in mind that this is a 5-minute major. But the how that puck lands in there is worth mentioning.
Yeah, it looked like it was on the back boards there. App State had sort of pushed the puck to the outside, and then just randomly I just saw it sprinkle over the goal line, so not really sure what happened. And
I would not be surprised if we see this one again, but Lucas Weyer, for what it's worth, no, excuse me, let me rephrase. I didn't hear a whistle, right? So I don't know that he had it covered. And yeah, it does just kind of squirt through, so My suspicion after seeing that initial replay is this is a good goal, but they are going to go take a look at this. And a closer look for us will be helpful as well. You're with us on AAU Plus and YouTube. Alex Wiederspiel alongside Nick Norrid. This is the ACC Elite Division. MD2 in the ACHL. Winner of this one heads on to the semifinal with a chance to play either Virginia or UNC Charlotte.
What a strange second period we've had through these first 9.5 or so minutes.
All right, so I have no sight of where the puck... There it is, okay. So the puck appears on video there right at the end of the play. I actually think it was already in, and that's where we lose it. That it's behind the skate of Johnson, potentially. But Johnson was also the first guy to go to the refs and say something wasn't right about that play. Again, based on that replay alone, I don't see anything that would necessarily lead to an overturned goal here.
Yeah, it looked like the puck may have been on Wayer's left pad right there, sort of by his skate. And one of the Hawks came flying in and poked it through. So I'm not really sure or certain what they're...
Oh, here's a great angle. And yeah, puck's right on the line. Tell you what, I think that's a good goal. Now, you're going to lose sight of it here for just a second, but with the other angle, I will tell you. So he never has this covered. So this is a legit call. It goes off of his pad, lands on the line, and I thought Johnson kicked it in there.
It looks like Johnson may have owned gold right there, trying to kick it out from the goal line.
But even if he didn't, I believe Borman puts it in. So even if Johnson did not kick it across the line, I believe that's a good goal for Borman. Now, we're going to have to see here because there's a lot at play there, but I think the big key is I originally thought that Weyer, there may have been a case that he had frozen the puck and we didn't know. But from there, we can clearly see the puck was never frozen.
Yeah, it was just under his skate for a split second, bounced off of him. Looks like it was going towards the goal line, and Johnson just went for the kick on it. Maybe could have pulled out the stick and pulled it backwards instead of kicking it towards the post, letting it trickle. But we'll have to see what the refs say here.
That is a goal. 5-1, 10:46 to go. Believe it'll go to Borman. We'll wait and hear the official word from the scorers down below. But 5-1, and worth noting here, again, we were on a 4-on-4 for both two players. Each got hit with a 2-minute minor simultaneously, coincidentally. And then the major occurred on the very next face-off. So we are still going to have 4-on-3 hockey.
It's like the Mountaineers had a fourth player come out, and the refs had to converse and tell them that it's a 4-on-3 since both players got sent to the box at the same time for that minor.
This is pretty rare. I don't think you're going to see very often a 4-on-3 that doesn't end with a power play goal. This is very uncommon. So I get why the confusion would exist there. That is Peter Borman's goal.
Very good second chance play by him there to put that one in.
Sounds like Robert Ramarino gets the primary assist. He's at a multi-point game, shot on, and a save there for Weyer. And, you know, it's worth noting, I mean, Weyer makes the initial save on that play. It's just, that's one of those things, you get a scrum at the net at it's essentially a 50-50 play at that point, and the coin toss lands St. Joseph's direction.
Absolutely. Weyer thought he had gotten it over to the outside, and Borman just sort of threw it on the net. I guess he was hoping and praying. Should go buy a lottery ticket after that. Just bounces off Weyer and goes over the goal line. Now we got ourselves a 5-1 game and some 4-on-3 hockey.
30 seconds left in the 4-on-3, and then it will be a 5-on-4 power play from that point on for the remaining 3 minutes and 11 seconds. As we had a major penalty and a misconduct call, and now St. Joseph's has already scored once. They try for a second one there. Didn't get through. trying to clear this puck out. Looks like it will go. So St. Joseph's will regroup. This is Charlie Maratea. He dropped it back. Crossing into the zone now. This is Brazel. Brazel went down. Lost the puck. Cleared, and we are officially into 5-on-4. Should say it was almost cleared. St. Joseph's came up with it right at the blue line. Little D-to-D passing, firing from distance, and that one's a water bottle knockoff. Carpenter again. He's got 2. Also an Apple. 6-1 and 2:42 remaining on this power play.
What a shot right there. It was just him versus Weyer, as you can see here. And he just throws it on the net. He rips one right to the top left corner over Weyer's blocker. And that one sends the water bottle flying.
Power play continues at 5-on-4. You can see it right there. Water bottle. You know, I actually thought it flew further than it did. It moved, but it didn't quite fly.
Yeah, well, anticlimactic on that replay there.
But it is 6-1, and St. Joseph's dominant performance continues. Everything coming up for the Hawks. And we're under 9 minutes to play here in the second period. Crossing into the zone, drops this one back for Ramarino. He nearly came up with his second goal earlier. Ramarino fires one. The rebound came loose. Nearly got it back in the slot. Couple of big saves made. Net was open for a moment there and finally able to get this one away. I think that one did get through. Looked like a save by Weyer. And again, he's just getting absolutely shelled right now because he's made a couple of real big grade A chances, and yet the chances keep piling up. 23 shots now, and many of those 23 have been top-tier high dangers.
I know on paper it says otherwise, but he's been very good on the initial chances in this. It's just the second chances where you got to rely on the defenseman to sort of play the body. Sort of had open nets, and it showed right there as the puck rolled up on the Hawks.
Puck ping-ponging around for Appalachian State. There's still 1:13 to go on this major penalty. Long pass, a little too long, and Weyer winds up having to play it since the closest player was a Hawk. This is sent all the way back down. 1 minute to go on the major to McCabe. He was DQ'd for a slash. Around the boards up to Brazel. Brazel crosses into the zone. Back at the half wall. This one directs through the slot. Looking for the clear. Can't quite get that one out. And the second effort gets that to go. And then the long clear up winds up going at the goaltender, Sullivan. 30 seconds remaining here on this power play. 2 goals. Errant pass there. And coming up with it was Arnett briefly. He is the lone Mountaineer goal in this one. Crossing into the zone. Final seconds of this power play. A major. Back out to the point. Opportunity developing in the slot. Little cross-seam pass. Gorgeous save. Full extension. But another nice effort from Weyer and cleared, and that'll do it for the major penalty. 2 goals. Started as a 4-on-3. About 30% of that power play was played, of that major power play was played at 4-on-3.
Yeah, and on that opportunity there, Weyer just flashes the left pillow.
Bad turnover in front. Appalachian State can't quite corral that one. I think they did get a shot off on the second attempt. This one comes loose in front, and nobody can get a shot off there. Back the other way comes the team in white. St. Joseph's sending this one down was Brazel. 5:45 to go. Bit of a misplay here by Appalachian State. Puck squirted loose into the corner, and the first team there is St. Joseph's. Kind of shockingly there. I don't think anyone saw it squirted into the corner there. There were 4 Mountaineers, but they were all on the other side.
Definitely a miscommunication right there. But I want to go back to the offensive chance by the Mountaineers there. the St. Joseph Hawks just did a very good job at whenever that puck was in front of the net, tying everyone up and getting that transition, which ultimately led to the miscommunication down low for the Mountaineers defensively. Now the Hawks are going to have an offensive zone draw here.
5:35 remaining here in the second. St. Joseph's out shooting Appalachian State 23-14. One sent back to the blue line, couldn't quite get a stick on it, and then firing that one through underneath the netminder, and another one, 7-1. The Hawks dive bombing the Mountaineers in this one. Patrick Doherty, that's his second goal.
It's a very good play there, except I think Ware was not ready for that deflection, just got caught out of position. Almost tried making an 80 saves little pad stack on that one. Nick goes right under him, and Doherty gets his second of the night.
So two players now with a possibility of a hat trick here. You can see on the replay here as he just slides that one under Ware. And to your point, just don't think Ware was ready for the way that puck bounced onto the stick of Doherty. (7-1). Christopher Hunter picks up an apple on that one. Down under 5 minutes to go, but seemingly all the momentum Appalachian State had built let out the air like a balloon with that slashing major to McCabe, and now St. Joseph's is piling on a little here. 7-1 in the second. And it sure looks like the Hawks, barring something miraculous, will be able to have a very easy rest of the way here and have punched their ticket into the semifinals. Pass across, far side, shot on. There's number 8. The Hawks pouring it on. And that's the first goal of the day for Fingerhut, Trey Fingerhut. And I got to tell you, I wonder, Ware has seen a lot of rubber. He might be a little gassed at this point. That one was one of the lesser chances he has seen, kind of a seeing eye shot, and it lands.
Yeah, he's been all over the place in his crease tonight, as just looks like the Hawks have not stopped their offensive domination.
Chance for the Mountaineers there gets broken up right at the very end. And now on the rush, here comes St. Joseph's again. Nice little move out to in. Excuse me. Back into the slot, firing one. That one will not go. James Carpenter. Would have been the hat trick for him. In the slot, this one won't get through. Backhander, that one sticked away. Shot, I believe that shot came from Jackson Shanahan, but 14 and 44 look a lot alike here on this with these jersey numbers. Shot fired wide there. It actually might have been Ramarino. He's wearing 24. Long shot up the ice. Or long pass up the ice, excuse me. Puck comes free. And now on the rush once again. Here come the Hawks. Brilliant move. There's number 9. Absolutely disgusting. And then a little bit of late stuff after the whistle.
What a goal by James Carpenter right there. Makes a move on Seth Johnson and Ware right there to tuck it in for his hat trick. He has a hat trick in this one, as the Mountaineers are just completely flat-footed at this point.
We'll have to double check officially. I know he has at least one assist in this one. So he has at least a 4-point night. This is a player who averages 2 points a night in ACHA play, and as you noted, has more than 60 points on the season when combining ACHA and AAU.
He's averaging around 2.6 points per night just in every league, in every game the Hawks have played. So he's certainly been the star of this team, and he shows it right there as he makes a highlight reel move.
Coming out with it the other way. Trying to pass this one through the slot. It got redirected, sent back the other way, and now with numbers, again on the rush. Soft little pass. That one rolled up on the Hawks. So the 2-on-1 all for naught, and then the puck somehow comes back to St. Joseph's. Can't do anything there. Nice effort from Appalachian State. Get this out of the zone. Down to 2:15 to play. Pass through, coming back to intercept. That one was Meany. His long pass doesn't land on any stick of a Mountaineer. Now they seem to be trading turnovers back and forth through the neutral zone. Meany nearly turned it over there. Good effort from Appalachian State to stay with it. Going to get a defensive pairing change for the Mountaineers. See if they can establish some zone time here. Meany. Pass goes over the head of Ryan Bongren. Into the slot. Great save there. Where, again, he's been tested plenty tonight. That was a grade A. Stats won't look good when it's all said and done. He's given up an 8 spot so far. And this game has officially gotten out of hand, but boy, it just feels like every single shot he faces is a grade A. Terrific move inside, but then a low shot. Someone got a piece of Maratea's shot, so not all of it got to Weyer, who still kicked it away. Now trading back and forth in the neutral zone. This should be an icing here. No icing called. All right. 43 seconds to go here. Turnover near the red line. Shot on, and there's another. An absolute snipe.
Neil Cudahy with his second of the night. What a goal right there as it bounces up off Weyer. Goes barred down. And St. Joseph's cracked double digits in this one.
10-1 St. Joseph's leads. This is their fourth time cracking double figures this season. Scored 11 versus GW back on October 18th. 10 versus Stockton back on November 22nd. And I kid you not, 22 against Princeton back on January 31st.
That's a football score.
That it is. 22-6 was the score of that game. And we've got a whistle, and this is going to be a penalty as if another one was needed. Penalty against Appalachian State. Lucas Tremont is headed to the box. Only 28 seconds remaining here in the period. And St. Joseph's heads back to the power play.
If you're the Mountaineers, you just want to get out of this one. You just want to clear the puck, waste these 30 seconds, get in the locker room, reconvene, just try to figure things out because St. Joseph's been all over. I know on paper it says shots on goal are 27-14, but let me tell you, those 27 shots, a good 25 of those are grade A chances. While the 14 shots by App, I'd say, if I had to grade them, if I was a teacher, I'd have to say grade B and grade C.
Initial shot off the face-off, that was Zane O'Rourke. His shot was gloved, so we'll do it again. At the dot, here's O'Rourke, passing through the slot. That went off the skate of a Hawk. 5-on-4 opportunity, back to O'Rourke here. 8 seconds to go. Underneath the red line, puck came back. Trapped beneath the red line, and this should just about do it. Yep. We will go to intermission 10-1. And the entire game essentially turns on a 5-minute slashing major. It was 4-1, 4-0 after one, but the one goal in the second at the point of the major, Appalachian State had a little bit of juice. And then the major occurs, and then it's 6 unanswered goals, including 2 on that ensuing power play. Nick, that was, I haven't seen a lot like that here so far in the tournaments we've had here the last few weeks. That was a lot.
Those sequence of events are a first for me, and I've been covering App State a lot, and they've been definitely known for their after-the-play antics, going in the box a lot. But a slashing DQ is something I have not seen. And there was a lot of 4-on-3 play there. It looked like the Mountaineers were gaining momentum early on in the period. And then as soon as Arnett and the Hawks player both go in the box, that's where things really took a turn. In the 4-on-3 for 5 minutes, definitely bit App State.
Sure did. We will step aside for now. It is 10-1 here in Winston-Salem. Appalachian State and St. Joseph's in the 1-8 game, and it is all St. Joseph's, or excuse me, the 1-10 game. It is all St. Joseph's right now as they are looking to move on to the semifinal round of the ACCHL Elite League playoffs. We'll be back right after this on AAU+. Back here in Winston-Salem, North Carolina at the Winston-Salem Fairgrounds Ice Arena, home of the Thunderbirds in the FPHL. And right now it is home to a beatdown. St. Joseph's, the Hawks, number 1 seed in the elite division of the ACCHL, putting it on Appalachian State at the moment. And of course, it is the 1 versus the 10, so lowest possible seed. And we have a goaltender change for Appalachian State. You want to tell us a little bit about Tyler Matson?
Yeah, Tyler Matson's sort of the relief goalie for Lucas Weyer this season. Matson's played pretty decent up until this point. He has about a 5 goals against average with a .655 save percentage. So him and Weyer have about similar statistics. He's a bit of a bigger goalie, standing at around 6 foot, 160 pounds, while Weyer's standing at 5'7", 150. So we got a bit of a bigger goalie in net for the Mountaineers.
9-goal lead for St. Joseph's. They dropped 6 in that second period. All of them came after the major penalty. Not all of them came on the power play. Only 2 of the 6 came on the power play, but the Hawks broke it open, and once the hits started coming, they just didn't stop coming. At the blue line, opportunity. Down low, Patrick Doherty. Doherty, little chip pass. Now in the corner, trying to work this one out. Back to the point, around the net. Sliding player for the Mountaineers. Puck fired on, but not on net. Second shot fired on, but also doesn't go on goal. 30 seconds remaining on this power play. You'd be forgiven for forgetting that there was yet another in a long march to the box. It was Tremont. He's close to coming back on here. Last seconds of this power play, down to 12 seconds. Back to the point. Tremont will come on momentarily. A lot of space for skating here as Tremont comes back on. Little back pass. Now to the half wall, and that one was too far for the intended target, Maratea. All the way back down. This will be an icing on Appalachian State. Alex Wiederspiel and Nick Norrid here with you, and don't forget to stay tuned. Yes, it is Tyler Matson who is in net, in case anyone missed that, if you're coming back to your screen late. Dean Keeney's squad has been dominant in this one, and they're going to get another. And I'll tell you what, Appalachian State, that was a not great looking possession for them. Off the face-off, seemed to be frozen with what to do there, and it is now 11-1. 18:02 remaining. Little backhander there for Samuel Resto, and that is his first.
Very good play by Resto there. Just send it to the backhand, go under Matson's blocker. He just was not ready for that one as it goes by him for the 11th goal of the game for the Hawks.
11 goals on 28 shots. No icing there, waved off, giving chase to this one. Long pass missed. Good effort there. Get that out of the zone. Appalachian State. Tyson Walters lost it. Puck loose in the neutral zone. Trying to cross. Says this is onside, and that's knocked away with the blocker on Tyler Meany's shot. Waving off any possible icing there. Good effort for St. Joseph's, and sure they pretty much just want to keep this clock moving at all costs. 3 minutes gone by, and get out of here as quickly and healthily as possible as they look ahead to what's next, which tomorrow's semifinal action. We'll talk more about that in just a moment. Good puck movement there from Cudahy, who has 2 goals in this one. Through the slot, intended for Brazel. He couldn't get a stick on it, though. And back out and back the other way. Here comes Appalachian State. Splitting 2 defenders, big opportunity, and I think that puck may have just rolled off his stick. Looked like Lucas Tremont was going to have a chance to maybe put the Mountaineers back on the board here, but now on 7 unanswered Hawk goals. An 11-1 score. Most lopsided game of the day. This one fired on and swallowed up by Matson.
Yeah, we've seen a few times the puck just jumping up off the ice, so definitely a few spots around that neutral zone where they're a bit rough, and we've seen some of the staff working on it, especially in the crease over by the away side, the crease that Matson's in right now.
Take a look at tomorrow's schedule here as well. Just a reminder for folks is no icing here on this play, but some Valentine's Day action. It'll be fun. Semifinals, Tennessee and Georgia both in action, the top seeds in the SEC. Tennessee, Ole Miss, Georgia, South Carolina. And those will be at 12 and 3. And then at 6 o'clock, it'll be the ACC Elite League back in action. And it looks like St. Joseph's is going to punch their ticket. Nice little dish and everything opening up, but the shot will not go. Excellent effort from James Carpenter, and his ability to find the lane is unreal, and we have a whistle.
Absolutely. His speed is through the roof. As you let him start gaining momentum in that neutral zone, you got to watch out for him because he could split the defense in the matter of seconds. And he shows it right there on that rush. Mountaineers just haven't really been able to find any offense in this one. The only real offense they found was on that Chase Arnett goal, just from a breakaway.
They had a little bit of momentum. That goal made it 4-1, and it was 4-1 for a little while. And then the slashing major, and that changed everything. Puck squirts free. We're down under 15 minutes to go here in period 3, and this one, soft shot fired on and gloved. Pretty much over at this point. Just an academic question of what the final score will be. Bryce Sullivan makes the save there, his 15th save.
Yeah, ever since Arnett and I believe it was Resto traded Miners, it's sort of just been the Hawks world, and Mountaineers are just living in it. So they're trying to make way of the situation that they're in, which is one heck of a detriment right now.
Underneath the red line, Hawks, this is going to come back out. Save there on the shot. Matson, don't think he saw all of it, but he did see enough of it. And then a quick turnover right by the blue line. Opportunity developing. This one a hard rising shot for Aiden Linso. That will not go. Shot on after a great move there from Ryan Bongren. Sticked away. Crossing the blue line. And that one did go in. Wow. That sneaks under the goaltender. And he barely celebrated. I wasn't sure if Aiden Linso had scored there. But Linso snuck it just under the pads of Tyler Matson. That makes it 12-1. There was very little reaction after that goal. And here comes another loose puck One in the neutral zone. Lands on the stick of a Hawk. And almost a reflex shot on. Matson makes the save. Well, Nick, this is, I don't know that I really have words for this one. This is as lopsided a game as we've seen here. And certainly, I think, putting the rest of the ACC Premier on notice here. This is a beatdown, and St. Joseph's very, very clearly letting the rest of the league know that they're here.
Absolutely. They're just proven goal by goal why they're the 1 seed. Because even though you can tell both teams have sort of laid off the gas, St. Joseph's for very good reason. I mean, the gap's pretty hefty at this point. The Mountaineers just, I don't want to say they've officially given up, but we're getting close. And
back at center ice, they'll send this one in softly. Puck comes out and chased down, and we're going to get an icing here. I'll tell you what, thought that they might let that one go. Fingerhut was not really, I wouldn't say he was giving it his all there. And actually, you know what? They are going to say, I think they are calling that an incorrect icing because they're putting this at center ice. All right. Well, no harm, no foul. It's flipped into the zone of Appalachian State. Tough way to end your season no matter who you are, as this one knocks out of play off the glove of a Hawk player. Looks like Neil Cudahy, who has 2 goals in this one. And we're back underway here. Trying to make a move there. Couldn't quite get past the Hawk, who was in the neutral zone. Then a little soft shot sticked on from way downtown. From distance, I think, would be the appropriate way to put it. This one's sent behind the net towards the corner. And you can even see it. The Hawks now not really forechecking either. As an attempted pass back to the blue line gets redirected all the way back down. Now the question will be, and of course the ACC reseeds, what the next round is going to look like. We'll try to give you an idea on that in just a moment. And we're going to get a penalty coming up. Looks like an interference call coming against St. Joseph's. So, Appalachian State heads back to the power play.
So that's going to be Christopher Hunter going to the box. This year he has 1 goal, 5 assists, and 6 points.
I think the appropriate way to say it is the barn door was left open already at this point. So it's just like closing the barn door after the horses have already run out. Face-off 1. Pass from tape to tape, point to point, and lost it. Trying to make a play there, Tyson Walters, but Chris Hunter in the box after that penalty. Puck stolen away by the Hawks. They'll flip this one out of the zone, but not quite all the way down. Here comes Robbie Richter. And even as I say it, every single time App State enters the zone, there's just not a lot there for them.
St. Joseph's is doing a really good job keeping them to the outside and limiting their chances.
However, excellent move that time, but Doldy is not able to do anything with it after he got past the defender. He remains behind the net, tries to glove that one down. 5-on-4 here, man advantage for Appalachian State. And this is cleared all the way down. Matson will make a play on it. 40 seconds remaining on the power play. Little contact there at the end of that play. Lucas Tremont, I think, quite liked that. Then he has to come back and support one of his players after Patrick Doherty was buzzing around the puck. Ooh, and we're going to get the end of a power play here. This is a bit of a nasty looking hit here. Doherty went down, and they're already sending him off. This isn't even going to be a debate. Seth Johnson is gone.
So is Lucas Tremont, who after the play, the downed Hawk just skated over and looks like someone kicked him in the head. And he got instantly sent off. Ref had to give him a personal escort because it looked like he was using the mind of his own. And that's 2 more Mountaineers disqualified from this game.
Appalachian State will be down 3 skaters now they are down 3 skaters now. I'll tell you what, though, is this about to be a 5-minute 5-on-3? Officials are going to head over to review. So we have an official review. We're at exactly 10 minutes to go. There's a 5 spot up on the board for Tremont. Johnson was the first they sent off. He laid the initial hit. So let's see this play again here. There's some stuff happening in the stands here. Some dietary advice. So yeah, Johnson makes the initial hit.
It's like he cross-checked Doherty in the face, and then Tremont just skates over and has his last laugh.
That's a shin to the head. I think this is very likely going to be a 5-minute 5-on-3. Let's see. Long explanation from the official. A reminder that we'll be delayed on the start of UVA and UNC Charlotte as a result of the length of this game. And indeed, we have matching 5-minute majors for 2 App State players. So going to the box is Leo Zucchini. And they're going to, I believe, have to send one more. Yeah, they'll send Tyler Meany to go serve the other penalty. This will be a 5-minute 5-on-3. And there is also, this will be a 4-on-3 as they did send, correction, that's right. There were still 17 seconds left on the power play for Appalachian State, and there's another one. A baker's dozen, 13 goals. It is 13-1 as Ryan Mans scores his first.
Gets his 5th goal of the season on that. So you can see St. Joseph's is sending out their depth pieces, maybe give them some ice, maybe even a spot on the stat sheet.
Hunter will come out here in just a moment. Let's see if he stays on the ice. He's going to head straight to the bench. So 5-on-3 for the next 4 minutes and 34 seconds. That is the second time we've had a 4-on-3 on a major penalty in one game.
It's another first for me, as I don't think I've ever seen a 5-on-3 with both penalties being major penalties.
Yeah, that is a new one, and the officials just weren't having any of it. Long pass, enter into the zone, and boy, they'll just be able to do essentially whatever they want. St. Joseph's 5-on-3, shot on, gets deflected wide, able to chase this one down. Linso, who has a goal in this one, sent that across to the dot. Retreating to the half wall. Linso now sends back to the blue line. Fire one on. That one is wide of Matson, and this will be cleared. Alex Wiederspiel and Nick Norrid with you here on AAU Plus and YouTube. 8:21 remaining here in the third period. And we're in the midst of a 5-on-3 double major penalty. 2 majors on the same play against Appalachian State. Of course, this game long since out of hand. Fired on Matson. He makes the save. That was Ryan Mans, who was looking for his second goal. It is 13-1.
And another quick note, those 3 players that got ejected, Caden McCabe is a senior, so this was his last game with the team, as well as Lucas Tremont. Now, Seth Johnson is a graduate student, so it's up in the air whether he will be coming back or not. But for 2 seniors on their last game, getting ejected, it's definitely not the result they were looking for.
Tough way to end their time at Appalachian State. And again, they can just basically play as much keep away as they want here. At some point, I imagine they will shoot. And that one gets stolen and cleared. Number 1 goal is just get out of here healthy now. Moving the other direction, this is Doldy. His shot on won't go. Second save made by Sullivan. Back the other direction, up, crossing mid-ice. Seam pass. Tried another seam pass. That was too light. And then cleared all the way down. 1:50 to go on this 2-man major advantage. 2 majors called on the same play against separate players. Pass back to the paint. At the blue line now. And you can tell the Hawks have called off the Dogs. Or more appropriately, they've sent everyone back to the nest. Not really playing with much energy or tempo or pace on this power play. They don't need to.
And with 6:15, the Mountaineers are left with a mountain to climb.
Get a quick change here while fighting for the puck in the zone. Says the feeling of a practice drill right now. Shot on Matson makes the save. They have not shot many on this power play. But that bench is looking awfully light for the Mountaineers. And it was light coming into this one, as you pointed out to me before the game began.
Yeah, Cameron Maresco out with a broken wrist. He was man in the box. Now someone else is in there doing his job. Toby Gleason is out with a concussion that he suffered on Wednesday. And Jack Beatson is a healthy scratch for tonight. So they were already running pretty shallow on the defensive end, and missing 3 more players due to ejections is definitely not what you're looking for.
5:36 to go, and it is all over at this point. St. Joseph's, a little bit of mop-up duty here. But the Hawks are moving on to the semifinal round. 20 seconds remaining on the double 5-on-3 major. I actually don't even know how to properly call it as a play-by-play because I've never seen it before. A double major I don't think is technically correct. But simultaneous majors, either way. Shot on, and there's another one. 2 touchdowns for the Hawks, and that was Ramarino. What a day for him.
It's the second leading scorer for this Hawks team in both AAU and ACHA play. He now has 19 goals, 36 assists for 55 points. That's a good year if I've ever seen it.
37 shots for St. Joseph's. They lead 14-1. They win the faceoff here. I do not believe that was a power play goal. I believe that it had already expired at that point. Nonetheless, everyone's out of the box. Firing one more on. Matson makes the save. And there's another 15. Call it the Kreider. He sets up in front. The little pass, and it's just a little stick move. It's not even a full shot on the redirection. Dylan Kuba with his first of the day. It is 15-1. 4:31 remaining.
And a quick correction, Lucas Tremont is actually a junior, so that won't be his last game for the Mountaineers.
You just saw the previous goal before that, by the way. I know there have been so many of them folks that we're running a little behind. That was goal number 14. Trey Fingerhut got the assist on that, by the way. It's a really nice setup for Fingerhut. Puck loose in front. Down under 4 minutes to go. Pretty big hit thrown by Tyson Walters. Walters still unable to get that away. Finally gets it up to Meany. This game will not do favors to anyone on App State's plus-minus number. And it's probably a good thing we don't keep track of expected goals at this level of hockey. Here's Meany. Trying to make a move. He takes a little bit of a hit, tumbles down. Puck around the boards, fired this one on. Not sure if that got through. Either way, the netminder stonewalled it. Sullivan has been rock solid in this one. Has stopped 18 of 19. And I do believe they actually did award him a save there. Puck lost. Another turnover by Appalachian State in their own zone, but in the midst of a change for St. Joseph's, didn't really matter there. Back out to Riley Brady. Boy, Nick, feels like a while ago we were talking about Riley Brady and what a smart player he was. Had a moment early in this game where it looked like he was going to be in danger of taking a too many men call, and he jumped backwards, almost Saquon Barkley style, back into the bench. Appropriate considering St. Joe's, of course, coming from Philadelphia, but that feels like a lifetime ago. No shot off there. Good defensive effort from the aforementioned Riley Brady. Good to see some fight there here. These last 2 minutes and 10 seconds. Opportunity developing. That one might have hit the post. I don't think Matson got any of it. Peter Borman, who had that one kind of odd goal they had to review in the second period, weren't sure if it had possibly been stopped by Weyer, but it was not. This one fired wide from distance. Working in the corner, trying to go through the slot. Intercepted and sent out down to the final 90 seconds or so of this one. 1:33 to go. Power move on net. Didn't get there. And then going into the boards hard. I believe. Not sure who that was. That was Odin Nelson, excuse me. Haven't seen a lot of Nelson today. Got another wipeout underneath the red line. And this will be chipped out towards the scorekeeper. He's protected by the box. Final 60 seconds of this one, and it has been a bizarre hockey game. It was 4-1. It was 4-0 after one. It was 4-1 when Appalachian State started building some momentum, and a major penalty changed everything. St. Joseph's would score twice on the ensuing power play, and since that major penalty, they have scored 11 unanswered, and there have been 3 majors against Appalachian State in total. Opportunity on, and why not one more, number 16 on the night, and that's the second goal of the evening for Aiden Linso with 19 seconds to go. He was all alone. They left him.
Absolutely. The first and second period for the Mountaineers, it looked like they were, or first and start of the second, might I say, for the Mountaineers. Looked like they were hanging in. They were playing good defense. They were keeping the Hawks to the outside. They were trying to generate offensive chances. Arnett got that breakaway goal, but ever since those matching minors for both teams, things just went soaring downhill as the Mountaineers are going to bang their sticks on the wall to count these final seconds out.
12 unanswered goals to end this game. St. Joseph's wins. The Hawks swarm the Mountaineers. A 16-1 final from Winston-Salem. Haven't seen a game this lopsided in either of the tournaments these past 2 weekends here in North Carolina, but I don't even have all the numbers for folks. There was at least one hat trick in this game. The total numbers are going to look, I think, pretty absurd. We'll try to get them for you in a little bit, but it honestly, it almost doesn't matter. That's the reality of it.
16-1 is an insane score. The Hawks once again putting up football numbers. Looks like they got 2 touchdowns and a safety against the Mountaineers tonight. While the Mountaineers, they played this team before while hurt also. And that game was 4-2. Even the Hawks said themselves that was the greatest matchup they've had this year. The Mountaineers just come out a little, I wouldn't even say a little flat-footed, but very flat-footed in the back half of that second and third period. And the Hawks just walked all over them, making this a 16-1 game. The shot totals being 42 for the Hawks and 20 for the Mountaineers.
We'll step aside for now, expecting to have an interview with at least one player, maybe a coach, coming up here on AAU Plus. Back in a moment, 16-1, the final score from Winston-Salem. Who do we have? Yeah,
Good?
I'm in talkback. Who do we have?
Shane Wilson.
All right, we are joined now. Wait, who's the player?
I believe the TV timeout kind of like helped us get back together, regroup a little, and then we just went right back to work, got pucks deep, and it was a big win.
Very good. Hey, Shane, thanks a lot, man. Good luck the rest of this way. What do you do to celebrate tonight?
Get some rest. We got a big one tomorrow.
No kidding. All right, good luck, man.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
16-1 the final score, and already the next game in this bracket warm-ups are underway, and we're about to hear from Coach Dean Keeney. I believe we have him. And Coach, welcome back. I feel like it wasn't that long ago we got a chance to talk with you. I was not expecting, walking into this one, seeing a score line like that, but you guys came in and took care of business.
Yeah, we're really motivated. We've been bounced in the first round for the past 3 years. A lot of these guys are seniors on the team, so they really, came in motivated. It's good to see.
And towards the end of that third period where the lead was sort of solidified, you threw in some of the depth players, some of the players that haven't seen much ice. What are those players like for you guys, and how important are they to keep this roster motivated?
They're super important. And, we got other guys that didn't get in today, and everybody knows, we want to win games, but at the same time, everybody plays a role. Everybody knows what their role is, and, they're huge in the locker room as well. This is the tightest group I've ever seen me playing or coaching, and it's just awesome to see.
Yeah, it sounds like the old phrase, be a star in your role, well received by St. Joe's. Let me ask you real quick, how you feeling about tomorrow? What's the number one thing you're going to be looking for?
It doesn't really matter who we see tomorrow. I just want us to focus on us. I want us to get to our game early, sort of like we did tonight. And I hope that, we get pucks in deep and we forecheck hard and we do all the right things, and we're going to be just fine. We want to make it to Sunday, and we want to take it home.
Very good. Sorry, go ahead, Coach.
No, you're all good.
I having a hard time hearing you over the music is very loud. Thanks for your time. Best of luck tomorrow, and we'll talk to you then.
Hey, thank you, guys.
That is Coach Dean Keeney. It is very, very loud here. Normally the music, not quite that loud here, as they are getting these guys warmed up, and we're going to take a break here, but coming back, it's the Niners and the Cavaliers, Virginia, UNC Charlotte ahead next on AAU Plus and YouTube. Don't go anywhere.